What's up? Happy Thursday. So I was getting ready and preparing for a podcast episode with a friend of mine that I will be doing next Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a really good one. And she asked me the question of, we were just brainstorming topics, and she was like, do you think anxiety starts in the mind or starts in the body? And I think that that's such an interesting question because originally I was like, it starts in the body, but there has been times where my thoughts are just racing and my body isn't really reacting. And I mean, there are times where you can completely think yourself into a panic attack. So I don't necessarily think that it starts in just the body or just the mind, but I think a really important thing to remember is it ends in the body. The way to release anxiety and manage it in the moment is bringing yourself back to your body. Think about it like this, like when you're having a time where you're thinking about the worst case scenarios, the what ifs, right? Like your mind is racing and you are going down the rabbit hole. I know we've all been there. You can't think your way out of that, especially if you're spiraling down into almost a panic attack where you're hyperventilating and you're really just creating this story for yourself. Thinking your way out of it is pretty unrealistic when you're that deep in, or if you're not, an expert at CBT or actually have been practicing how to bring yourself out of that. So that's not good advice for, the typical person. So a good way to actually get yourself out of that way of thinking is to bring your heart rate down and come back to your body in the present moment, because anxiety is you're living in the future, right? So if you can bring yourself back to the present moment and breathe and bring that heart rate down and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, stimulate that vagus nerve, you're going to automatically feel calmer. When I work on this with my clients, I always say that there are 3 really important steps. And the last step is always to go back to your mindset and reframing your thought process. It's never first. So the first step is awareness. The second step is bring yourself back down, regulate your nervous system. Then you can focus on reframing your thoughts. So again, it's a really interesting topic. I think that it can come from your mind or your body, but I think in order to really heal that anxiety and stress, you need to be able to come back to your body.